I want to talk about Dark Souls Remastered, like the original Dark Souls. Dark Souls, I had watched my friend play it in whenever the original Dark Souls came out. I think it was after Demon Souls, and he was on the PlayStation 3 in his bedroom when we were in college, and I would come over for the weekends. It was like 4 guys that I had went to high school with that we all went to college together also. So we would get together on the weekends and just hang out, smoke, party most weekends. But I think this weekend we were just hanging out, watching movies, and he was playing video games. So I was just kind of chilling with him, and he had that game up. And at that time I was like, yeah, it looks cool, you know, like Lord of the Rings style game, I guess. Just, you know, like medieval with dragons and trolls and stuff. So I didn't really get interested in it. At that time, I think I was playing Borderlands 2 a lot and Fallout 3. And there was a couple other games. I like just basically no-lifed those games. I just that anytime I played video games, it was just that like game over and over again. So I had seen him play this game, wasn't that into it. He was super into it. He was like, this is gonna be a life changer for me. Like, this game is gonna be one that is for the books. Like, when you beat this game, it means you're a true gamer. It means you have true skill. And I was like, I don't get it, man. I guess I just, you know, not down with the cause or whatever. So I didn't ever play it. I watched him beat the dragon on the... Well, it wasn't the dragon. The giant thing on that gate. The top of the gate, which was like the first boss in the game. Depending on how you go through it, but... Dark Souls helped me through a really difficult time in my life. And I wanted to get good at it. And I'm talking now, it was 2019. So when it came out, I saw it didn't really interest me, didn't really care. Then I was going through a period where I'd started getting back into video games. And that the remaster had came out, and I wanted to give that a shot. And I had some free time. I was just thinking, well, this will be a good game to just kind of like not try to beat it quickly. Like, to get lost in the lore, to get lost in the atmosphere and the style of game it was. Because there's a lot of connotations and a lot of, like, when you say FromSoft games or Souls-like games, there's a heavy weight to those words, and I had heard of them, and I was like, well, I do want to get good. Like, I want to get good. I want to understand what the passion is behind this, what the community sees in this game. And so I, you know, got the remaster, fired it up on the PS4 Pro, and I could not get past that first, like, I got Firelink Shrine. I went and I like followed somewhat of a like a speedrun guide to try to get myself off in a better spot. So I got a couple of the upgrades for the Estus, and then leveled up a few times, just kind of farmed, and then I like went at it, and I ended up just beat my head against that game for a really long time, knowing that it's difficult, and that's what it's about. It's about the journey, not the destination. And it's about leveling your skills up and your outlook to the game. Level that up. And don't try to rush the experience. At least that's what it's about for me. Because it seemed... I couldn't parry for the life of me. And I was getting worked by just the most basic enemies. Just the undead or whatever. The undead, especially the undead with the shields, man. They were running me. And then the first two that you come across that have the spears, like I remember just respawning once I dropped that ladder down. Like I would respawn and I'd go back there and just fight those guys over and over until I understood the mechanics, understood what I can and can't do, because they would just end up, oof, and then they would exploit and then punish. Exploit and then punish. I was like, geez, this game, but I wasn't getting frustrated. So that first playthrough, it just hooked me because I came at it from a better mindset, which I actually feel I need to take that more into modern gaming these days. To when I try to get through my backlog and stuff, I think of it like I got so many games on this backlog. I need to get through these games, otherwise I feel like it's an impending, like, and the list just keeps getting bigger because they go on sale and I buy them on the Steam Deck and I buy them on this, and it's like, enjoy the journey, enjoy the ride. And Dark Souls taught me that gaming is for losers. And this is the way I worded it on purpose. So people think like, well, you're a loser if you play Dark Souls. And yes, that's exactly it. You become a loser. You're able to lose, to die. But losing isn't necessarily dying. Like when it says game over, you died. Yes, but you're only a loser and you only become hollowed when you quit. When you don't pick the controller back up. You are a loser and you get good at losing, but you get good at persevering. You get good at continuing. You get good at seeing the big picture and what you're trying to get better at. You're trying to get better at it, and you're trying to enjoy the journey of it, of getting better and becoming more skilled with whatever weapons you choose, with whatever enemy you're on, with whatever boss, whatever traversal point you're at, because they'll mix up enemies while you're in that trying to traverse, and gravity's your worst fucking nightmare in that game. Fall off cliffs so randomly. But not randomly, it's you think, well, this guy, and then you dodge and then you end up falling off the side, and it's your fault, you know, obviously, but you just lost awareness. But the game makes you good at losing. It makes you good at dying. It makes you understand that it's part of the series. It's a part of that game. It's not something to like, if you run around and you have no souls, you have no currency, and you have your humanity, but you're not human, like you didn't use it to become unhallowed or whatever it is. I don't, what is it? I forgot. I've put in a lot of hours in that game, but I haven't played it in a while. But I just wanted to make a video on it too, because it stands out in my mind as something that I will always go back to. I will always spend time on Dark Souls Remastered. Go back. I'll make a mage. I'll go back. Go back down to Blighttown. Go back down. Go ring the bells. Go back up. Go back down. Anne Orlando. Like, that game is so beautiful. And even after playing Elden Ring and putting 200 hours into that game, I still like the first Dark Souls Remastered. I like linear experiences. I like the kind of world that they created there where it twists back in on itself, and once you really, really understand it, you really get it. It feels small and it feels contained, but it's so beautiful and it's so masterly crafted. I love it. So, Dark Souls Remastered, I love that game. Soundtrack, story, it's all been said to death. That was my personal take on it. Thanks for tuning in.